Good afternoon and welcome to BS Wrestling News. I'm Sean Specs and our stories tonight look like this. Our top story today is that John Cena has been forced to admit that we can actually see him after an unfortunate streaking accident left 3 people dead and 2 children permanently blind. An eyewitness had this to say.
I was just walking by and I heard a scream, and I saw John Cena running around naked. Everyone had got used to the idea and illusion that Cena was somewhat invisible, but in this case we could really see him. All of him. Those poor kids. No one should have to be that close to a mangina. Crazy thing is that he wouldn't believe that we all could see him. I don't know why he started claiming to be invisible. He's been doing it for a while. But we couldn't see him, and unfortunately we saw too much, and innocent people paid the price.
Cena was also charged with a count of fraud after the police search of his home found no doctorate in thugonomics, something he has claimed to have for the past decade. He has used this so-called doctorate to give 3-star beatings to unsuspecting victims against their will. He is also set to stand trial in the next few days, but is expected to serve a substantial time in jail. As most people saw at the recent Generic Star Awards, Tom Hanks was given a Lifetime Achievement Award for his portrayal of Randy Orton on all WWE TV and pay-per-view shows. Mr. Hanks said he is honoured to have had his hard work pay off, and people have no idea how long the prosthetics takes to apply, but the end result almost makes Randy look like a real person. He added that the award came out of nowhere. A great night indeed for Tom. Zach Galifianakis, who can be seen playing the role of Daniel Bryan, also commented on the event, saying it's a bigger role than Forrest Gump and more impactful than Big, Green Mile and one of his other films combined. A big well done for Tom from everyone here at BS Wrestling News. Hulk Hogan's famous yellow moustache is to get its own spin-off reality show. The name of the show is Secret Stash, stash being short for moustache and a play on the term secret stash, as in stashed item or items. The show will focus on the moustache, revealing what it's like to be the moustache of one of the most recognised icons in the world, as well as some of the many crazy items still lodged in his moustache. Certain items like a ticket to WrestleMania 3 that could be worth a lot on eBay. The show itself will broadcast around early November this year. Indie wrestler Adam Cole is preparing to sue anyone who ever thinks he's related to WWE announcer Michael Cole. He says it's a huge issue but believes it's the only way to stop people from thinking such nonsense. Michael's real name is Sean Coulthard, which should automatically correct the matter, but sadly people just don't understand kayfabe and pseudonyms. Last week we revealed the story about Andre the Giant being several midgets in a costume. Well, since then, more information has surfaced and we can now confirm that a total of 8 midgets made up the now deceased WWE legend. One of the midgets, called Stinko Malenko, spoke to us last week and said that Andre's crotch was embarrassing to play the part of. He's now said to write a book about the ordeal, in which he says it doesn't matter how much we got paid, having to not only be the crotch, but as a team having to put over Hogan was just too much to take. The Andre costume has been recently found and is set to go up in a museum, but which museum is yet to be confirmed. The famous story about Andre was that he had diarrhea during one of his matches. One of the other midgets, who didn't want to be named, has revealed that it was him who had the upset stomach and thus shit himself. People are also trying to find out where the other wrestlers such as Great Khali Big Show, and even Yokozuna, and more midgets in a costume. And our fifth and final story this week is that Sting is set to make an appearance in WWE. But it may not be the Sting expected. Steve Borden, who we all know as the real Sting, has refused to go to the WWE after months of saying he will because Triple H chased him out of the office with a giant shovel. It's understood that WWE have re-signed Charlie Haas to take the WWE version of Sting to WrestleMania to face The Undertaker, in which it's believed to be Taker's last match, so it looks like Sting, or in this case Charlie Haas, will be the one to end Taker's Mania streak. And that will do it for this edition. Stay tuned for more at a random YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Hey people, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to give that subscribe button a lick. And there's two videos right there. One's the previous video, one's a completely random one from the archive. Go ahead, give them a clicky clicky.